I'll just do a quick video. This is a 98 Tacoma. So I think pre-2004 Tacoma. Real poor air circulation. Like the air blowing out the vents was really weak. My AC is cold. It was cold. It get cold at some point. It's just really bad air circulation out of there. This was all like that when I bought it. I'm assuming they had the same problem and they were trying to think if they could break that off and get better circulation or something. But anyway, so right now it's pretty good. It's way better than it was. And so I was hearing a lot of noise down by the blower motor. So I was thinking, oh, maybe the blower motor's just getting weak. So I ordered a blower motor and came down here to do it. Threw the new one on, made no difference at all. So, and now that I did that, I've put the old one on and see that it's all fine. If you go, so we'll start with the blower motor. You go under the right side of the dash, it's right there. You got the 3 screws around there. It's a 8mm, or you could use a flathead or maybe even a Phillips. And then the little plug, you just push in the tab on the side, wiggle a little bit, it'll come out. And that just comes right out. So, and then if you're careful, you could hold it right here. Don't kick it on or anything while you got it leaning on the side or anything, but hold it and you could kick it over one at a time and you could see it spin. If you only have high, that's probably your resistor, which is right there. But it works fine in every position. I still just had no airflow there. So then I figured out that, hey, these have no air filter, which is ridiculous. So guess what? The evaporator's clogged up. That makes your poor airflow. So I was trying to get a vacuum up in the hole for the blower motor. Your easiest way, I think, you could, there's 2 screws right here, and then you can pull your glove box out, unclip it, and it'll fall right out. I was actually forcing the tabs over on the side and just putting it down at first, like some vehicles, but take the 2 screws out at the bottom, undo it, it'll fall right out. And then there's a tube right here, which is just the duct from your AC up to this vent over here. Guess I should pay attention where I'm pointing the camera. But right now it's just coming out right there. So it's going this way up to the vent. But so at first I kind of just bent that a little and forced it out, and I was able to get it back in. But the more correct way I think to do it is take these screws out, take a screw out here, and then 10mm bolt over here, and you can move the dash a little bit and you'll get a little movement on that right there, which will help you get this tube in and out. But your real easiest way, if you really want to half-ass it just to try to get a little better, pull the glove box out, those screws, get this tube out, that over, and then take your resistor out, which is screws. Mine only has one on the top, but I feel like you're supposed to be one on the bottom. This guy was probably messing with that too. But take that out and you can, there's a passageway right there to your evaporator. You can see your evaporator through that hole. So you can look in there, see how dirty it is in there. If it's really dirty, that's probably your problem. But see if you could stick a vacuum in there. Be real careful, don't bend a bunch of fins up or anything like that. There's fins on the evaporator. It's, you know, like a radiator. It's got fins. It circulates the refrigerant through it, blows air through it, makes it cold. It's essentially what your air conditioner is doing. But yeah, that'll be your first thing to check. I think, well, if everything's running properly, you can take that out, look in there, see how dirty that is. If that's super dirty up there, that's probably your airflow issue. So after that, what I did is get it to this point. Like I said, take your resistor out. You have a little clip right there. I just pried it with a flathead screwdriver. Same thing over there, there's a clip. Pull that out. You can, you know, I went under the middle on that one. I think I went under the top on that one, whatever. Pop that out. You got a little Phillips head screw right there. I had to put a 1/4-inch socket to give me an angle with a little bit screwdriver. Get that out. Right here, I pried that up carefully with a flathead to get that disconnected. Unplug your harness. This pulled out that way, the plug, and then you can unplug that. Unplug that plug. You can unhook this wire in this little loop, and then underneath you got a 10mm there, and then there was 2 10mm under there. I don't know if you really need to do both, but whatever, I just did both. So there's 3 10mm down there. And then at that point, you can kind of pull this whole box down a little bit. Be real careful, you don't want to snap this thing, especially in extreme weather conditions, real cold or something. Make everything real brittle and snap everything off, then you got some big problems. But I was able to just pull that box at that point, and then pull this corner down a little bit. I actually was able to get the seam down to like under the blower motor area. I had my blower motor out while I was doing this. I don't know if that gave me more clearance or not, but then once you get that down, you get a real good view of your evaporator. You can carefully get a vacuum in there, blow it out with some compressed air. Ideally, get some evaporator cleaner, you know, maybe from a HVAC store, or I don't know what stores around would have it, but if you don't have any of that, then soapy water, get a spray bottle. This one is what I use, just a little spray bottle with water. You want something with a nice stream that's going to give it some pressure and really soak everything down, and then hit it with a wet vac, ideally after. And I just wiped it in there with a towel, and then put everything back together, and my air's way better. You know, obviously the more thorough you are, the better it's going to be, but this is great difference. I'll show you 100 something out here in Arizona right now, so this isn't my daily or anything, but it kind of makes it suck when you're driving it a long way if I'm picking up an engine or something. But yeah, that's it. Hope that helped. Right now I'm in the process I got a newer Tacoma seat, trying to get in there. They had these stupid bucket seats in there when I bought it, and they suck. So trying to get something more comfortable in there. It's that with the poor air circulation and the bad seats, I just hate driving this thing long distance. So yeah, hope that helped out.